I'll show you some cases study where this can be that macros or VBA program can be useful, right? So let me share my screen. I just have a small cases here, everyone. The case is like, look at this table. Uh, like the table is, I have a company, business units, main units, red flag, actual revenue, and budget revenue. That is the data is here, and not only like this table, like this table. If I'm coming down, there is another table in the same structure, and then if I'm going down another table, there is the same structure, and it's just like if I have 100 tables of it and I have a one job to do one thing, we have to replace this blank cells with n. Okay, even I know this concept. I told you already, if you remember. Either you can use the replace function, or you can use that blank concept in the day one class I have explained to you. The problem is that, like, if I am going to use this concept, like the replace one, the same concept I have to apply in every single table. I mean to say, I have to go here and then I have to use replace one, right? So again, selecting the table, press Control H, blank cells, then replace with other words. So this repetition I have to perform in every single table of it. That's a time taken process. It's a case study. You can utilize the macro concept here. Just like you can come to this view tab, click on it, and record a macro. How, like, what exactly these are, I have explained to you already. So I'm just going to click on OK. Now the macro recording is on. Now listen, what you have to do. Every time you have, your first steps will be select the data, right? To select the data, there is a very interesting things you can do. Like you can click this home tab and come to this find and select and click on go to spatial. When you come to this go to spatial, there is an option is called current region. If you choose this one, specifically when we have to select the entire table, uh, don't use Control A because your macro will not record that one. Okay, Control A. So you can click on constraint region. So look what happens. Steps number one, select the entire table. That's got selected. Then step number two, go back again, same option, click on go to spatial and just click on blanks and click OK now. So now you are giving the second instruction, like I need to select all the blank cells, and that's even just selected. And then now in these blank cells, for example, I want n, means no, right? And when I write that n, and you have to hit control and enter and see what happened in the all blank cells. It is coming with alphabet n. Now you can click anywhere. Let's say you can click here, right? And then you just click on this view tab, macros, and you stop recording. So I made my recording done on this table. Okay. Then I'm coming back to this one here. Like I just click here. I mean, I just select this one. I just click on one cell. And then look, you don't need to repeat the task. You just have to do one thing. Click, record, sorry, view macro, not the record one. And look at here, everybody. You just need to run the macro and look what happened. Your table has been done. That's coming with this fill up of n. So if you have thousands of tables and you have to perform the same task like this, record the macro, add a smart play button, run, just click, run, and automatically the record, the table will get fulfilled by that desired n in all that blank cells. So this is the reason, like, the macros we can utilize in such a case of it. This is the one example. Another example I would like to share with you all. Again, another macro, but it's very interesting. Look at here. It's a summary data. The question is like in like every day, our job is, for example, there's a new data one. I have to copy this data and I have to paste below of it. Okay. Then another data I will copy from this sheet and I will paste next below of it, the next to this new data one. So this way we are gathering, combining a summary sheet. I know this is easy to do copy paste, right? Manually. But the problem is like next day when the new data comes, means this data, and after that, if there is an entity T or another row is coming. So when you copy this data, you have to paste below of that the data you have already pasted. That is little, a long way of working. So, what to do? Now, listen, this is little interesting. How to define that while recording the macros, key, what are the steps you have to apply? See, the steps will be like, uh, you know, copy this data like this, copy this data, summary data, and you have to paste. See, when you come to this one, you have to come to the new cell. Okay, new cell, and then you have to paste. Correct? Next time, when you copy the new data from the sheet 2, I mean this one, copy this, come, and again, you have to insert the data in a new row of it. Right? Every time when you copy, paste it into the new row of it. So, question is like while recording, how can we add a new row all the time when we want to paste it? Okay, let me tell you. There is add-ins in Microsoft Excel we specifically use for macro recording. Just let me know. Do you have everyone this tab added in your this add-ins added in your ribbon tab?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I think this one I have explained the last class. I'm sure. Yeah. So developer tab, there is a very beautiful option. It's called use relative cell references. It says that use relative cell reference so that macros are recorded with the action relative to initial selected cell. Action means when I will run this macro, every time you have to rerun another action inside of it. See, there is two action is copy paste. In between one more action is like every time you have to paste the data in a new cell, means in a new row of it, right? So we have to use the relative cell reference option. So just observe this one. How am I doing that? And we'll see when we run this one. So I'm going to start with this record macro. This option is also here. I clicked on it. It's macro to record open. I just clicked on OK. Now, step number one, new data one. I'm here. I will select the data, Control Shift down, Control Shift right, and Control C. It's like copy, coming back to the summary data. Now listen, my cursor is here. I'll press Control down. Okay, when I press Control down, it's take me to the bottom of the table. Now, what I have to do, I have to jump this one in a new row of it. In a new. So you do not directly click here. If you click here, if you click here, every time when the macro run, it always take you to the cell address of A7 every time. But that's little awkward here. Like every time A7 and trying to paste the data in an A7. What you have to do, activate your relative cell reference so that the previous steps take a pause. Now you will click add a new row when the data end, and then use relative cell reference off. So this is the initial action you have added, and then Control V. That data got pasted, and then go back to this new data, select it like Control Shift right or down or Control Shift right, copy this one, and then come to the summary data here. What will be your steps? Again, from top, Control down, but again, you have to add a new row in that step. So, and like if you will add, if you just click here na A21, it will copy, like I have to come F21 all the time. So you have to add a new steps here, use relative cell reference active, come down, use relative cell reference off, and then Control V. Okay, and then you can click here, come to the top of the table, and then I'm just going to stop the recording. I just stop the recording, right? So look at there, the data is starting from entity F. So if I'm going to delete this, so now what I want, like if I run the macro, the data should get copied from the sheet 1 and sheet 2 and automatically has to be pasted here. So if I'm going to click on this macro 2, and I run the macro, and look what happened. Guys, this is there. Okay. So in future, if there is more data comes into it, let's say, for example, I'll just copy it and I'm just going to paste this one here. Okay, let me rename this one is like F1, enter, G1, H1, I2, and J3. For example, if new data comes into it, so I need that newly data has to be added below of it. So I'm back to my summary data and let's run that macro, select and run this one. So something run, but no error comes. And look at here, everybody. Here is your data. You see this one, that F1, G1, and H1. So this is really cool. So this is the small examples I have shared to you with macros. Specifically, people use this one. Yeah, I wanted to record this. Whenever the new data added, just copy and paste that one into it. Hope this is clear, everyone. I know this is required for the practice, but yes, just confirm to me. Is it clear, the one which I have explained right
Yes.
now?
Yes, sir,
All
but
right.
Yes.
I just didn't understand the difference between running the macros and copy
Mhm.
paste. It does look the same. So what might be the difference that we don't have to use copy paste rather than using
Mm.
macros?
Very good. So simple, rather than using copy and paste, means copy and paste is a kind of action which you have to do all the time manually. You have to go to the sheet, copy the relevant data, and paste it. Correct? This is the one which you will do manually every time. However, macro helps you to not to perform action by yourself. Let the same action performs by Microsoft Excel for you through macros. So the benefit is like whenever you run this macro, so it always go to the sheet 1 and sheet 2 and it will copy the newly data and paste it here in your table. So that will save your time.
Okay, so yeah, if we record that, we could probably use for in future as well. Yeah.
That's why we are here. We are discussing about this macro. Na, ki what is the feature of it? Like why I should learn
Yeah.
this one. As I
Yeah.
said, like a special cell, there is a table. There is in thousands of tables there where all the blank cells left in thousands of different tables. Okay, either
Hmm.
you just go and fill that n in all that blank cells one by one. Correct.
Yeah.
Or you just record the macro and click on that
Use.
table and play that button and it will quickly get done. So that saves your time. Overall, summary is like that saves your time. All
Yeah.
right.
Got it. Yeah.
All right, everyone. Now see,
So,
see.
so where, sorry, so
Yes.
where can I
Yes.
get the practice file, the VBA practice file? I missed a little starting of the class. So,
You need this file.
yeah.
Okay, no worries. I'll share with Kumar and he will forward it to you for the practice purpose. No problem.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
most welcome. Okay, all right, everyone. Now let me take you to a new world, a new, a different page of it. Okay, so macro is a one phase of it. Okay, and there is something where you can do the customization while learning, knowing the formulas and the functions of this program that's called the VBA. So, for example, I'm in this developer tab and I click here. That's in Visual Basics. Either you can click here or you can note it down the shortcut keys like Alt plus F11, right? Or you can do right click to the sheet. You can come to this options called View Code. So three options is there to jump in the VBE page that's called Visual Basic Editor. So if you come to this Visual Basic, let me give you the interface of this one because that's an important here. uh, VBE it's called the Visual Basic Editor, where we writing the codes, where we writing the formulas, where we basically allowing message to Microsoft Excel. Ki this is something I need every time to be performed here. Okay, so either you just go ahead with the recordings. So recordings is a one step. Doing recording is a one step, but you know customization learn is another thing where you have to understand ki how this loop is working, how this logical operators working over here, how that form like which formula is required to apply my customization there. Okay, so look, so when you comes to VBA, so there's a good news is Visual Basic Application, this is the look came from the oldest version of Microsoft Office 2003. Still, we are in Office 365 now, but still the look is not yet changed. This is the same. So though there is no problem of compatibility, there is no problem of there is no any question for the version. This is the same version Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Office is still using. So when you come to this, so you can see we have the menu options there. This is called the menu bar, right? Not the ribbon tab. We have some shortcuts, same option which is there. There is some shortcut options is there, just like we have object browsers, we have properties windows, we have project explorer, and we have run the macros, pause the macros, and stop the macros. Okay, and we have the design mode, means single mode or dual mode of it, right? And here if you will just observe everyone, so we have the VBA project. In this one you can see all your modules and all your Excel sheet, right? So whatever the sheets are there, so all the sheets it will define to you, fine. And if you look at here, everyone, so the sheets information is here basically. These all are sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. So it will consider your sheet as in 1, 2, 3 in the sequence, and in bracket it's showing you what exactly the name of that sheet, right? It's just like range references, copy resize, collections and all. Every sheet has their own properties coming down of it, right? So if you want to make any changes there, whether I know it is not required, it's good in the in a form of it, but if it is required ever, so yes, you can make changes over there, fine. Now question is like where we will write the code. So everyone listen, you can write the code inside the sheet. Like for example, this is the sheet 1. If I do double click, so this is the you know uh, object explicit code page has been open here. So I can write the code, but there isn't one disadvantage. This code will run only in the sheet 1. It's not going to run in another one. Okay, so that is not good for me. Okay, I want if I'll create a recording, if I create a macro, so I wanted to run in all the sheets anywhere. So it's good practice is You should write your code in modules. And where is the module is? You can come to this insert tab and look at this option. Here is a module option. If you just click on this module, so now here is below of this module is there, right? Module one. So this is the module one where the recording, the one which I have just given you an example, this was recorded here in module one. And look at there. This is the second recording which I have done. So how these formulas is being written here, what are the means of it? That's what I'm going to explain now. So I'm coming to this second one, that is a module two, right? And you wanted to rename this one, you can right click and you can rename this one too. I mean to that name you can define. Fine. So question is how to write a code. Hey everybody, the code starts with sub procedures and with end procedures. Without sub procedures, your like your macros will never get recorded. Fine. So how will you write code? Look, start with this sub procedure, and you have to define a name. Any name if it given, that will get saved as a name of macro. Okay. So for example, uh, I'm going to name it like range cell, and I hit enter. When I hit enter, now that's macro is being active now. Okay. Look at here, everybody. If I click to this one, right now I'm in this sheet. Okay. I'll show you a small code of it, like not very large in the beginning, but yeah, the small code, like how this one is taking. So I'm in this sub procedures, and look, for example, I want in the cell A1, I need whenever I run the macros in cell A1, I need a value of 100 just in case. So how will you write this code? Look, there is an object library where all the formulas and everything is there. So there is a formula, it's called a range function. So now as you learn Microsoft Excel, different formulas was there. Similarly, you have to learn here too. Yes, the different formulas available in this library. So you have to learn that one. So I'll start with this range. So you have to define the cell address. Okay. So how will you write the cell? So you cannot select the cell, but you can write the cell address. Let's say, for example, I just write there A1. Okay. And I just close my bracket. I have defined range A1 dot. When you put that dot, so it will ask you key in that range, what do you want? You wanted to address, define the cell address, or you wanted to apply autofill, auto filter. Lots of options are there, but I need to fill a value. So you have to take this one. The range A1 dot value is equals to, I need, let's say, 100. Fine. This is, I just write if in node debug there, so it will show you everything in a proper way of it. Now let's run this macro and let's see is it working or not. So I'm just going to play this button. This is called the run. When I run this, something is running. No error is coming. So I'll just click to this Microsoft Excel and look, that's coming as in 100. So if you like, this is a kind of an action you have just prepared. Na? Okay, I need in the range A1, every time whenever I run this, I need 100 value has to be shown over here. Another way of it, if I'm going to write range, bracket open, okay, let's say double quotes, starts with A2 to, let's say, uh, A2 to D50. Now I have given a complete table range A2 to D50 dot, bracket close, dot value. Okay, so now I need, there has to be a name written like Dell. I need this one. So you can just play this button. look at here. And now from A2 to D15, it's full all the time. That's the characters you define, this coming as in Delhi. Okay, so this is the range properties, guys. So range properties, either you can define as in one single cell, or you can define as in complete range of it. So it always copy this one and fill the value which you have defined over here, right? So this is a small example of it. Uh, the range. I would like to give you one more idea about this range even. It is not like, hey, you can write range like, you just define, for example, A16 in double quotes. Fine. Then put a comma, and then, sorry, put a comma. One cell you have taken as an A16, your target cell, and then another cell you can take, let's say, for example, uh, uh, G16. Okay, double quotes, G16. So I have defined another cell address, and I need, sorry, this is the this one will come. So you have to put dot and define the properties key. What do you want? Means range is an operator, dot value is a properties that asking to you ki, like, in that cell what do I have to do. Then you can just write, okay, I need to fill number 10 there. So whenever you run the macro, if there is no break, means no problem comes, you can go back to the Excel sheet and you can cross check. Look at here. It's not like he only cell this one is taking. Basically, it's understanding that one from here to here. Okay, from here to here. So this is another way you can define the range A16 to D16 of it. Hopefully, this small code is being clear, everyone, guys.
Yes, sir.
Well, I ask, okay. Okay, let me show you then another real example of it. What is it? So this is a small example, like how will you write your code and all. If you come to this one, okay, so or you can come to this one. First, let's discuss about this one. So what is the case here? Everyone listen. Source data, I need to destination copy and paste. Simple concept. I need to, the copy data, this one, and I wanted to paste it here. Every time, whenever I run the macro, I need, that has to be paste it here. Yeah, that's a simple concept of it. So how can we record a macro where whenever I play this button, it always record this entire table and it will copy this and it has to paste wherever I want to paste. Right. So let's do it. I'm just going to open Visual Basic. And again, another macro you can record with the sub procedure. Sub uh, copy paste. I just random name I've given. So another macro is here. And now, so there is two way to do that, everyone. Listen, either if your range is specified, starts from this, no, like A4 to let's say E10. If it is specified, you can define the range properties, range A4 to E10, that copy and paste. However, in future, this, there is more data added into it. So range A4 to E10, if you have specified, is always copy the cell between that cell address. Okay. However, if you know, okay, in future that there will be more data added into it, and I need that one, you have to copy and paste all the time. So there is another properties you should learn. So let me show you one example, then I'll show you one more. So I'm back to my Visual Basic and look at here. I'll start with range. Why I explain that? That what exactly I'm going to show you, like range properties, and you have to remember that key. What is a cell address of it? Like A4 to, let's say, E10, right? A4 to E10, double quotes, bracket close, and then dot. It's not about the value, it's about the properties of copy. This is there. You have to take this one, like he range, define the range address, and then dot copy and give the space bar. When you give the space bar, right that moment, it will ask you for the destination. Means, okay, boss, tell me where do you want to paste this? So let me check. Okay, the address is like I need to copy this data and I need to paste is here. The address is called J4. So look at here, everyone. Copy properties, just press a space bar and then define key, go to the range J4, close the bracket, enter it. No error comes, means the code is correct. Come back. And now if you click on this macro, so look, the macro you are recorded there with the sub procedures, they are coming over here. So copy and paste, I have just recorded and I'm just going to run this and look what happened. I got the same data copy and paste here. But what if the new data comes into it here? Let's say it's G. And now if I'll delete this one, macro, if I run this macro and look, this is the problem. Right, this is the problem, like it always copy the data which you define as a cell address of it. This is the only one is covered. So question is like, hey, how can I get all the time new data to be added into it? So to do that, learn one more code. So I'm just going to put a single inverted comma if you write before the code, so that is become a comment, everyone. In the VBA program, if you wants to write any comment or anything, you can just put a single inverted comma. So that means the code is inactive and it's become a comment. So if you wants to write any comments or anything, you can write with this code. So look at here. I'm going to write range. You have to define the first cell address from which cell it has it this macro will get started. So starting point you have to define like range A4 dot, and now you have to use this one. Remember current region in that go to spatial option I explained to you. The same properties is here in VBA2. Okay, range A4, and after that whatever in that table, just do copy. And how will you copy this? Dot, and you can copy this one, right? You just type that properties copy, and as you just paste, so to apply the paste properties, you have to start and define the destination range. Let's say J4, and I hit enter. Okay, come back and let's run this macro. Click. Now that's coming entity G. And for example, if I'm just going to copy, sorry, just copy and look at here. If I, sorry, copy this, paste, let me change this one as an H and enter. So what is my requirement is if I will run this macro, this H has to be added into it. Click on this macro, copy paste and run this. Guys, look. Did you understand now? So this is the way, your Your time will get saved, and all the time, every time you will get a data added here, and that will get copy and paste into your desired table. Hopefully, this is clear, everyone. Guys, I hope you're not sleeping, huh? Huh? I know this is code, but I'm not getting response here. Huh? Everything is all right, everybody. Come on. See, Srikanth, I hope you're not sleeping, huh?
Respond,
Okay,
please.
okay.
Unmute and
Just wanted to understand, like, are you guys getting these options? What I'm trying to explain, and what do you think? Like, is it interesting? Because VBA is interesting, I know, but it's required more patience to learn this one, because no visuals, no nothing is coming with colors and all in beginning, but you have to learn the entire code for this one. Okay, so I just wanted to understand, like, he seems to be interesting or what?
So, quick question. So, basically, VBA is used for something which is repetitive.
Is your question complete, Pawan?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let me answer after. Guys, listen. If I'm going to answer this one, key VBA is something which is a part of repetition, so that will not be complete answer for this one. First of all, see, VBA is the page, or VBA is a kind of a program we have inbuilt in Microsoft Excel, helps you to do customization to do customization. I mean to say, like, if you wanted to add any formula by your own name, yes, you can. So only the repetition is not the right answer for it. I would say macros, you have to keep it. So VBA, you have to keep it in that way. Ki if I need to do some type of customization, so I can do with the help of this VBA program. Okay. And one more thing. Yes, I'm agree with this statement too. Ki whatever you record it for your future benefits. So that in future I don't want to repeat this task. So yes, whatever the recording, whatever the customization you do, that's going to be a rerun all the time when you run this macro. Okay, Pawan. So customization is there.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, and let me give you one more example. I hope through that maybe you will get more ideas into it. If I'm coming to this, there is, let's say I would like to show you one example. Okay, how can I protect my sheet? Okay, if I wanted to protect means with a password or without password. I know this is something which you all knows about it. You can come to this view tab, sorry, in the review tab, and there is a protect sheet option. If you just click and if you define, let's say, a password, and you click on OK and define the new password, click OK, it means your sheet has been protected. Look, I can't do anything into it. But if I'm coming to this, I can. Now that's the problem, means that only sheet has been protected, right? So I need keep any way I can add a button. So when I click, whatever the sheets I have, the entire sheet has to be protected, has to be protected with password or something. And even the user will not be able to see that password. So this is the feature we have in Microsoft Excel, but that helps you to only record your one sheet. Up now that's the customization. Na? If I wanted to record the entire, I wanted to protect all the sheet at once. So it means I have to take a help of this VBA program. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Pawan, did you get that? Like recording is one, repetition is one, but now this is, needed. Like this is a need key. Okay, in one click, I need to protect all my sheet at once,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yeah.
So, look, how will you write this code? Even I have a very limited time, but let me explain this one in another way of it. So, for example, sub procedures start with protect, let's say protect sheet. Okay. So when you hit enter, so basically there is, in program, like maybe if you know that programming language, so we are defining the, the dimensions, and there is the looping, like looping we use for it. So for example, I'm just going to define, let's say, dim, there is a dimensions. We use this language called dim. So dim, let's say AB as an workbook. Oh, sorry, worksheet. So we will take, so AB is a target we define, as in just like we define the naming range in Microsoft Excel, now we define a range. AB is nothing but this is the range of it. Similarly, I have defined a dimension that AB here is all about the entire sheet of it, right? Once you define these dimensions, come down, and now what action I wanted to do for this one, there is a loop is called for loop. Okay, so if I just write that for each loop, okay, for each AB in, like there is a command is called this workbook dot worksheets. This workbook is a properties having all the worksheets. So what action, now this is important everybody, for each AB workbook, in this workbook with all worksheet, I need that AB dot protect. Okay, that is the properties is there. AB dot protect. So if I press a tab key, that protect is there, right? So and then I'm going to say next AB means then jump to the next sheet. And this is the loop I need to run all the time. Okay. So look at here, everyone. When you open this bracket now, this is coming here, right? So this is the arguments of the protect option. So just like password, drawing objects, content, scenarios, all the options is there, and all are optional. That's coming in a square bracket. If I do not define anything as of now, so look, if I'm going to run this macro, if I just play this one, nothing happens. So I'll go back to my sheet and let me check it out. If I'm trying to write, I cannot. If I click here and I'm trying to write, I cannot. Means my entire sheet has been protected at one click. I just click once and now entire sheet has been protected. So now if you just come up here in this one, and if you just look at here in this review tab, it's coming as an unprotect, unprotect, unprotect. With one macro, one click, the entire sheet has been, protected now. Okay, but write this macro. There is an one problem is like if the user will click, it will get unprotect. Now he can write this one. Why? Because I protected, but I did not define any password for it. Right, everyone? So right this moment, he can, unprotect the sheet. So question is like, okay, I wanted to protect my entire sheet with a password, So how can we do that? So come to this developer tab and click on Visual Basics and come to this one. Let me run this one. All right. So here is the protect one. So you can put a space bar. If you just put a space bar, so your argument is being active in double quotes, let's say if I'm going to give the password is like test. When I put comma, it says drawing objects you wanted to allow. I'm like, no. Content, no. Scenarios, no. Then user interface only, no. Formatting allowed, and I'm like, no. And I put comma. Then it's like, okay, you wanted to allow formatting in columns, just like columns is there, and you are saying ki, no. Yes, I wanted to allow ki user can format the column. If it is allowed, then you have to put comma, and you just need to write this statement. Everyone. That's called true. Whatever you want to allow, you can just write the true. Otherwise, you just not to define anything here. Now let me run this one. If I click on it, now that macro runs, if I'm going back to my Excel sheet and let's try. I can't write. However, if I'm coming to this review tab, if the user wants to unprotect it, now that's asking the password. And not only in this sheet, like every sheet is coming with the same way. So this is something like, you can do with the help of your VBA program. You just need to click one and see the entire sheet got protected. And you can align the same procedures. Let's say, for example, in developer tab, I'm going to click on, or maybe you can come to this insert. Acha, okay, sorry, that one is already protected now. No problem. So come back to this. So look, if I will teach you like he only the protect in one go will not sufficient. I know that. You wanted to learn, you should learn. Okay, in one go, how can I protect, unprotect them all? So you have to record another macro for it. Let's say unprotect, unprotect sheet. Okay. So again, start with dimming AB, and the AB as in what? Your worksheet. Fine. Enter. And now I'm going to say for each AB in this workbook dot worksheets. This is the properties you have to define. And you can come to this AB dot. So previously you have taken protect, but now you will take this unprotect. That's so easy. Okay. Put a space bar and you just define the password if it is there. Okay. So let's say unprotect, and I'll just write there test in double quotes, enter. And this is the same you have to run to all the sheets. That is the next loop, for and next. All right. So if I run this macro, wow, something is running, and now I'm capable to write this one. So just imagine like you write that two code, click here, and let's suppose if you are going to add two buttons, I'm going to draw a button like this. Okay, and then I'm going to align this macro, protect sheet, click OK now. Fine. And then I will add another one, unprotect, click OK now. The two buttons, and you can rename this one. So what is the benefit? Click. Now, no one can write anything, and all sheet has been recorded quickly. And if you click this one, so your sheet has been unprotected. That's simple. Hope this is clear, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you guys need this file for the practice purpose, the one which I'm explaining right now.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And
Hmm.
and also if you could share the recording of this class, that'll be great.
Kumar,
I'll look into that. I'll look
yeah,
into that.
Thank
sure.
you.
Please
All
share
right.
the sheet in the group. You can drop it, Azim sir.
Okay, okay, yes, yes, I'm in that group, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, you are in the group.
Okay.
And uh, could you please share the code as well?
So I'm
VBA.
little surprised, like in that group, I always get the discussion based on SQL, huh? But not in Excel. Okay. Okay, yeah. So I'll share this file right away, everybody, after this workshop
Yeah.
in that group. So you can keep it for your practice purpose, okay? And recording will, you know, Kumar will take care of it. So there is in one last. Let me explain. And this is again, going to be interesting for you all, everyone. There is an call with statement, okay, in VBA. I know, like, VBA is not something that we can learn in one or two, but yes, I'm just giving you the brief idea about it. Ki this is something you can do practice and you can try, so you will have more option to explore this one, right? So, for example, my requirement is like key. Whenever I run the macro, I need this range. This range has some specific font size and style. Mean that font style, size, and this property has to be applied because that's per my company rules. So whenever we bring the data from the outside, this is the styles I need to apply on this selected range of it. So question is like key, rather than doing it, selecting the range, going to the home tab, applying this, I know I can do that, but I just wanted to record a macro for it. So I'm coming to this developer tab and I click on Visual Basic, enter. So it's like, sub procedure. So for example, change font. This is another macro for it. So first you have to define the, you know, your dimensions. So for example, I'm going to say my range as an range. So wherever I define my range, it means that will consider as an range of it. My range is my dimension. I just write the name of it as an naming range you define. Now you can come to this and look. There is another one more properties is there, which we called it. Let me keep it as a single mode of it. Yeah. So here you can set my range because this properties is important. Now, how your VBA comes to know okay, which range are you talking about? So I'm going to say my range means look at here. My range starts from here, 810, and it will comes to the 825. If it is secured, if you know ki like this is the only you can define, right? Otherwise, you have to use that current region properties. Fine. So it is like 810 to C 825. So I'm just going to say range A10 to A25, and I define the range of it. Okay. Now enter. When I define the range, so now the see when you start learning this now, so you will learn okay, when you define the set range, the benefit is okay, like with my range properties, I wanted to change this one font. And look at here. Under the font, all the options is there. If you just open this window, na, look at here. There is a font group. You just open everything inside of it. So that's why I've taken this font group. And look how I will define. Dot name means what will be the name of my font. If you just define key, okay, I need the name is like all the time it has to be Arial. Then dot size. If you just take the size, I need the size always has to be a 12. Then bold, italic, underline, everything is there, and you can say, okay, yes, it's asking to you like, okay, you wanted to keep it bold, and I'm like, yes, and then end with a statement. Now I just run this mac. I know I just record this macro here. Let me show you if I'm coming back and coming to the developer tab. Here is the macro and change font. This is the one. As I run this, wow, it's done. I don't have to worry about it. I just record that macro, I play this, and quickly it's done. So this is all about, your logical statements with a statement and your the macros here. Like if you have to bring some data and this is the task you wanted to do repetitively, so record the macro. If you want to make a customization into it, no, I need this action and after this and this, then use the VBA program. Visual Basic application always come up with their own formulas, statements, own their their own properties is there. So when you learn this one, so better you can write your own code into it. Hope this is clear, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you have any questions, if I have explained all these statements here. If you guys have any questions, so please feel free to ask me and let me know. Uh, do you want continue with this or tomorrow onwards I should start your next application Tableau? Yep. Wow, like no response. Okay, no worries. First, you guys just go through with the the steps in that file. Okay, so then tomorrow onwards we'll start a new topic in this workshop. Now this is okay, everybody. And whenever you have any queries or any question for me, so anytime I'm in that group as well, and you can discuss in the class here. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow, I'm getting why most of the people silent today? Is there something I explained today, like just going over the head? Is that? All right, that's great. Okay, everybody. So keep doing practice, implementing this application. We'll meet tomorrow and we'll explore next thing in here. Till
Azim
then,
sir,
yes,
could you
go.
please share the script, VBA script that you have written for the examples?
Sure. I'm just going to save this file along with the VBA that name. Okay. So whatever I recorded, that will be inside the Excel file. So the user when press Alt F11, so they able to see that module and they able to see all the codes and everything. But you want me to specific this one in a notepad file, so I can copy and paste and I'll share. Come on. So, okay, guys, that's all from my end for today here. We'll meet tomorrow and we'll start a new application. Till then, take care, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Azim.